Hey, it's Andy, stripping for gold. And behind me, I've got one of the heaviest TVs I've ever worked on. That's a 50-inch Vizio. It's a plasma. And I think I have one of the reasons why these plasmas, the last one made 2017, I think one of the reasons why they're effing heavy. This thing I can barely move. I'm pretty strong. It sounds a little conceited, but I'm pretty strong. I can lift things, and this thing's right on the edge of what I can lift. It's 100 pounds. It's awkward, so I'm gonna throw it up there. I think it's a 2007, but I'm gonna throw it up. Hey, look at that! You can see me. Just see my little dancer. All right. Yeah, we're gonna throw it up there, and I'll jump. You know what? Let me. Okay, so there we are. Hey, look, you can show you my dance moves. Yeah. So that's the TV. It's a monster. Be right back, and I'll show you the back of it. Right now, I can't get around that big thing of metal and stuff. I got to put this up and put it on its face. Oh, this thing better pay off. That thing's so heavy. I mean, literally. Oh, the thing's brutal. It's I got it up there, but yeah, it was no fun. It's like on the edge of what I can. I mean, I'm trying to come up with it's awkward. No, it's just wicked heavy. Let me spin around. We'll take a look at. All right, this thing better have something good in it. All right, it's May 2007. So there's All right, so the odd years, as I say, odd 7. This has got to have, and you know what? I can see this has got a lot of boards. Oh my gosh, yeah. Look at this. Oh yeah, look at the transformer. I can see it through the boards. These are speakers. This bottom part, I'm gonna pop these off first, and then I'm gonna get the whole back. Well, you know what? Let me show you the speakers. Not that matters much, but I'll show you those. Be right back. Oh man, there is a lot of screws in this. This thing better pay off. It's got to pay off. I can see the boards, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's a ball buster. All right, I'm gonna spin around and show you what I got. So, all right. First off, you'll notice these are the speakers. These things are heavy duty. Look at the magnet. I mean, the TV speaker. Most of the TVs now that I see, this is what you're looking at for speakers. I got a pile here, but that's the magnets on the back. You know what I mean? You have a couple that are a little bit better quality, like that. That's a little bigger, I gotta say. And that's probably from a higher end TV. That's actually this size. So, but look, there's that. But that's a lot of times what you'll see now. You'll see some funky enclosures, these plastic enclosures that have all sorts of tubes, in order to make the smaller speakers have more bass, and like Bose and Cambridge Sound Design, how they used to do it with the different porting that will make a small speaker actually sound really roomy and bassy. Anyways, okay, speakers. I'm putting these down here. There's the front, by the way. Putting them down there because I'm going to put all the metal and whatnot over here along with the speakers. So far, that's what I got. Here's the back. Let's try to take this. By the way, look at that aluminum heatsink that's kind of popping out there. I think that's attached to the screen. That must be why this thing is so heavy. Okay, see if I get all the screws. I missed one. You just know. There's no way I got them all. If I did, then I don't know. Then I'm maybe. No, I did. I got them all. You know what? Question is, this freaking head covers. Even the cover's heavy. I'm trying to do it one-handed. All right, I got it one-handed. Putting it down. So let me put this. This thing's heavy. Put this here. All right, so it's leaning. That's just the cover. That thing's heavy. It really is. Some thick metal. Wow. So here, oh man, look at this setup. Look at this rig. This is what I'm talking about. This, at least I feel good with what I'm finding. Oh man, look at that. There's even, Jesus, this is a massive aluminum heatsink. Oh, look, my God, look at those CPUs, a gold band, BGA. This is, look at the extruded aluminum heat sinks. Look at that. You can tell these have been out in the rain. That's why I don't try to sell them for parts in any way, because who knows. Look at the aluminum construction there too. Let me see how much. Yeah, it still has a crazy major weight, but I'm going to take off all of these bars. It's even got mounts if you needed more supports. Look at that. But look at the heat sinks, the boards. There's going to be ICs under each one of those heat sinks, I can already tell, and it looks like they're flat packs, so there's wires on all sides, and that means it's gold inside too. I know these are gold connected. So okay, let me. Wow, look at that CPU there, though. That's a biggie too. I got big fat fingers, so that should tell you. And there's wow, yeah, this is just a lot. And another one, and it's a gold cornered BGA. You know, this is your low end, but tons of base metal recovery, aluminum, tons of copper. That's a monster. Yeah, I mean, you can see the copper on these ones too. Look, these. Look at that. There's some big coils of. It's like 16 gauge at least, maybe 15 gauge wire. So you could go. It's got lacquer on it, so it's still number 2, but sometimes you could say it's number 1 if it's a certain gauge, bright copper. Okay, yeah, I'll continue taking stuff apart. I'm going to try to leave it on this so we can come back to it and check it out. I'll be back shortly with, some more views of this 2007. I already forgot the name. What was this? 2000 Vizio, geez, 2007 Vizio 50-inch plasma. We'll be back. Check out the all the cool potential gold hiding inside. All right, back once again. Before I I had to pull out some of the brackets and this and that, but this is the boards that I have so far. I mean, this thing is packed with fun, and I haven't uncovered these from the aluminum heat sinks yet. So, but this is the metal. That piece on the left was, I should say on that left, I don't want to go over, that's my aluminum bin, but the piece on the left there, the tray looking thing, that was right in the middle holding these. So I just took it out just so I can lay these all out. It's funny, this has got like an old computer IDE type cable attaching those two. It's just kind of, you can tell this was like the earlier years of flat screen technology, 2007. I mean, look at the amount of boards. Like, so their sound and everything was split up on all separate boards. Now you have some that have just a power board and then one small logic board doing everything. This thing is like, holy, yeah. So, I mean, good for me, but just so many components, so many places where things could go wrong. So I'm going to pull this off, and again, I'll be back. We'll see a view without those aluminum heat sinks. Okay, here we are. I think I've got all I'm going to do for tonight. So here's your boards. This thing is chock full of circuit boards. It really is kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, and it's good quality ones. You know, you got this, which is a, let's start with this. Let's start, left to right. Okay, here you go. Here's just a power board. But look at that. Look at the underneath. I have to test that for silver too. And these are brass. I'll pull those with the snips. I pulled one from another piece and you know, it's solid, solid brass. It's you know, it's $2 a pound for that. So tons of base metals in this this whole setup. So, you know, under here I believe are MOSFET transistors, but you know, I could be wrong. You know, let's see. Let's look at this way. You know, whatever it is big. But these transistors I was noticing over here that are huge. Okay. I'm I gotta figure out where the legs are on this. All right, I'm gonna come back to that. But first, let's just take an overview of the boards. All right, these are gonna be underneath there. That's gonna be I'm gonna pop one off if I can. Okay. There's a lot of goop, amber type stuff around this, but there we go. All right, so that's a flat pack. You can't see, okay, you can't see it well. Gosh, I think it might even be gold-legged. Or that might be the color of the amber. But there's legs on all four sides, so that means these. Yeah, there we go. That's better. I don't know if that's gold. I don't think so. But these, you know, it could be. It's that's a gold flat pack, and you got 4 on each chip. And no junk. It's some MLCCs, so that helps, and another smaller IC chip in gold. There'll be plenty of gold in these connectors. So you've got two boards there that are decent, and all these have gold connectors. However, not much else. Got a big, what do you call it? Thin film resistors that do have ruthenium oxide. I'll just say ruthenium. Recoverable? I don't know. Not in my current chemistry know-how. But you do have other MLCCs right there too that are, you know, palladium and silver, and IC. So, but you know, there's 3 of those chips. Now let's just go back up here since we kind of scooped to the right. And here's the main type board. I haven't looked at the back of this yet. It is got a gold BGA. It's a little bit of a different type, but it is a gold cornered BGA. Let's pull that up. So here's our chip. Nothing on the back, just one of these gumpy Play-Doh things. But, you know, there's no junk on this either, other than these gumpy things that comes off, and underneath is an IC chip, so that's cool. So that's a decent board right there, you know. So let's pile that in with the high-end type stuff. This board, well, I mean, look, yeah, especially right here. Look at that density of good stuff. Over here, I mean, still, I think this over here, you know, that gold BGA memory chip, which all have gold. Another IC, a big fat IC, dual inline ICs, crystal oscillator. That's for, you know, silver. Your MLCCs. Let me get a pair of. This is better to point with. Another crystal oscillator hiding behind this surface capacitor. You get this old hard drive type setup. Let me see if I can plug these. All right, unplugged. Don't know if that's gold in there, but I'm gonna throw that in the connectors. So this board, let's flip it. You know what? There's a bunch of holes in it. Let's flip it. Let's just the other side. Okay. Well, not a ton, but we do have MLCCs. Those, all of those right there. Pretty much all over this board. 2 IC chips. Yeah. Anyways, so that's another good board. Boom. There's 2. I'm gonna go with those being high-grade peripheral boards. Okay, and then another one. Gold BGA, 2 memory chips. You get copper coils. You might want to pop those off. Like if that might add weight and that might detract from the other value. Pull this thing off. Anything that can kind of go to make it look like it's just populated with the good stuff. It's not heavy anyways. On the back, you have your MLCCs. My voice breaking. So there's 3 high-grade peripheral boards. Okay, so then there's this. Yeah, low-grade board. However, tons of extruded aluminum and copper. That's a monster transformer. Copper transformer, copper. Is an IC chip, easy probably to pull out too. The wires all matched in here. Transistors, you can see. Sorry, pointing with that. That's a transistor. There's a transistor, MOSFET transistor here attached to this heatsink. Look at those right there, MOSFET transistors attached to the heatsink. It's going to be a couple down here. Yep, they're there, hiding 3 of them. And then these monsters. These things are big. I need some so you can gauge. Well, we'll put my fat finger, you know. These things are huge. These things are big. They're the largest. Are they They're diodes? There's 3 legs. Let's shoot the transistor. Did I say transformer, by the way? I mean transistor on these. But whatever. Rectifiers. I know these are rectifiers. 2 of them right there. But, you know, that might have gold recovery. If not, it's got a copper in it for sure. The transistors have oftentimes gold and some silver. A little red capacitor in there might be a what do you call it? Not tellurium. Forget the name. It eludes me for some reason because I'm trying to think of it. Okay, but we'll scoot. So anyways, tons of base metal stuff and tons of things to pluck. And then this last, well, I say last board, but there's probably more. It's it's low grade because it just gets, all this stuff. But there's some pickings down here to be had, and there's, base metals. Look at those copper. That's just easy to come off. Big, thick gauge wire. Let's see if I can fight me. Okay. Underneath, there's some funky solder setup. I don't really know about that, but yeah. So, but what I want to do is I want to pull this out of these. Let's see if these are gold, by the way. Jesus. How did these come off? This is new to me. Is that gold? Yeah, that's gold too. Geez, pretty thick plating, I might add. Okay, well, look at that. It's decent gold. Jeez. All right, I wanted to look under this to see what is under there. Oh, these are some of those big chips. And I'm going to uncover this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to uncover this. I might uncover one of the other ones. Not those, because you can see those. This too. I want to see what's in there, and if any of you can tell me. I'll be right back. All right, I flipped that. By the way, I tried this with a heating gun. Bad idea. I figured I could melt the solder on the back of that thing. didn't really work. But pulled this off. This thing is, there's an integrated chip on that. So let's go ahead and unscrew this. I've run into these before in an earlier video, and I'm not exactly sure, if these things have any value. See, I burnt some of the thermal junk. Yeah, that's hot. That's hot. So that's the chip that's on there. It's an integrated circuit, but I have not a clue what's in it. It's got a big aluminum heatsink. Anybody have any idea? Put it in the comments. But that's where it went on the board, and it's 2007. What do you call it? It's a nice aluminum heatsink, though. Add that to the. Oh, the heatsinks off of this, by the way, is pounds and pounds and pounds. Ooh, that circuit board reeks now that I tried heating it up. Didn't work. Not doing that again. So all right, let's just end this now before I get foolish. It's getting late. It's been 22 minutes. Okay, so yeah, I highly recommend doing these ones. I'm not gonna show you what I do with the board. So I got some plasma boards here, and my plan is to get that aluminum, and also inside of these plasma boards is a white layer. Now this one's actually completely fine. It's the one in front of it that is right there. See the white? It's under one pane of glass. There's two panes of glass. And sandwiched in between is that white, and I believe that is a silver compound. Well, silver's in there. I just got to figure out how and why, and then try to claim it. If we're going to put it in acid and then, get it out somehow after out of solution, then so be it. Silver's good money now. And but yeah, that board. I mean, look, this thing it's loaded. Tons of things. And glad I took this television, but I'm going to gather up the boards, take them in, and see what's good on them. But like I said, some of these can be outright sold. Might need a little bit of trimming, taking stuff off. But there's value. There's value in this. And then your aluminum, your copper. So you've got immediate value. And then you've got all this. You can sell these boards to boardsort.com. I should include actually these boards too. You could sell probably because there's all IC chips and gold on them. So you could sell those. You get money there, you get money here. This is it's a $15 scrap, I'm gonna guess. And you'll see 5 to 10 of it. My voice breaking. You'll see 5 to 10 of it immediately. So it's getting kind of late, so I gotta go. I'm run down. And yeah, I hope everybody had a nice, set holidays. Thanks for coming by, stripping for gold. I'll see you. Have a great weekend.